Hey guys, and oh wait, that's a little better. Okay, that's a lot better. Hey guys, my name is Equatre, and today I'm going to teach you how to knit. I've been knitting for the past few years, ever since I was 11 to be exact, and I've made quite a few projects since then, including this hat. I've made a letter E for no reason, but I made it, and I also made this shirt that I'm wearing right now. You guys can make these things too, but we're going to have to start with the basics. Which is why I'm going to be demonstrating how to make this purple knitted square. It's very simple. You only need to learn how to do 2 stitches, 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how fast you pick this up. And there might be a little bonus at the end. Okay, let's start knitting. Materials needed will include 1 ball of yarn, 2 knitting needles, and 1 crochet hook, or a small hook of any kind. Let's start knitting. To make a slip knot, you're going to begin by collecting 15 to 20 inches of yarn and grabbing hold of the center. You will then grab the center and twist it into a loop, fold the loop over itself, pull out the yarn, and create a whole new knot, aka the slip knot. To cast stitches, you are now going to insert your needle into the slip knot, making sure that the right side of the yarn is connected to the ball or skein of yarn and the left side is connected to the end. You are now going to take your index finger and thumb and insert it under the knot like this, and take the rest of your fingers and hold the yarn taut. This should look like a diamond shape. Then you're going to take the needle, follow it from the left bottom side up and over the top right side and through the middle and tighten the knot. Once again, you are going to go towards the bottom, to the top, around, and pull the loop tight. It is easier to see visually. You're going to continue this pattern until you reach 25 stitches. To do the knit stitch, you're going to insert it into the first stitch from the bottom towards the back. Then you're going to take the tail of yarn that's connected to the ball of yarn. You're going to go to the back, come forward towards in between the 2 needles and land in the front. You are then going to take your empty needle and make a loop, showing it once again. You're entering the stitch from the bottom towards the back, taking the tail of yarn, wrapping it around this empty needle, and then you are going to carry a loop and take it off. To do the purl stitch, you must first understand that it is the exact opposite of the knit stitch. So you're going to get your second needle and insert it into the first stitch from the back towards the bottom. You are then going to take the tail of yarn and wrap it behind the first needle and towards the front. You are then going to take that needle and make a loop and take it off of the second needle. You are then to continue doing the same purl stitch all the way to the end of the row. Start alternating from knitting rows to purling rows, and you will then start seeing the progress. 40 minutes later, and after 25 rows, I was finally able to reach a square shape. You can continue knitting if you would like, but I'm going to start casting off. To cast off, you're going to knit 2 stitches and take the old stitch and wrap it over the new stitch. Once again, you're going to make sure there's 2 knit stitches on the needle, and you're going to take the first stitch and wrap it over the new stitch. You're going to continue doing this all the way down the row. When you approach the last 2 stitches, you're still going to knit the last stitch as usual and bring the old stitch over the new stitch. You then have to leave a tail of 5 to 8 inches and then cut it off. Loosen the last stitch, release the needle, and pull the yarn all the way through and tie it tight. This would be when you cut off the straight ends, or you could weave the ends through the back side with a crochet hook. The work is also frilly and curly at the ends, which can be fixed by ironing. But congrats, you have finished the work. Now that you have the basics down, you can adorn your work with beads or ribbons, or what I'm about to show you, pom-poms. To create pom-poms, you are going to wrap yarn around a fork and cut off about 5 inches of yarn. Then you are going to weave the end of the yarn through the center of the fork. Each time that you wrap around the fork, make sure to pull tightly. When you run out of yarn and you are sure that it is tight, pull it off the fork and cut the sides with scissors. Take this time to cut the pom-poms into perfect sphere shapes. The more times you wrap around the fork, the denser it will be. Here are some samples. Have fun making pom-poms! Oh, sorry, I was trying to make more of those cool looking pom-poms. But thank you for watching my video. Now that you know how to do a knit and purl, you can make basically anything that's on this table. So, you're welcome. I'm going to continue making more of these pom-poms. You have a nice day. Goodbye.